So anyway, that's a little bit about the company. Let's get to our speakers so you can hear their experiences. Our speakers tonight are Isabelle Shobe and Amy Wenderoth. And we're going to start with Isabelle. Isabelle is coming to us from Yorktown, Virginia. She is married to an Army man, and they have 2 children. One is 2 and one is 4. I don't know their names, or I would share that. Isabelle is originally from Germany, although she lived all over Germany, as well as living in Switzerland before making her way to the States. She has a degree in physical therapy, including sports physical therapy, and as a medical wellness trainer. Unfortunately, in the United States, they do not recognize these kinds of degrees from other countries. I remember, Isabelle, don't feel bad. When I was in college, putting myself through college as a waiter and bartender at a Marriott, all the guys that I worked with, and women for the most part, came from Eastern Europe, places like, or Asia, and they were all engineers. Some were doctors, but they made their way out of those countries, and they were working as waiters because nobody would acknowledge it. So fortunately, Isabelle has found Lifeplus, and now she's changing the world this way. Physical therapy's loss, rest of the world's gain. All right, so Isabelle, are you ready? All right.
Yes.
You're good. You're good.
I'm good? Oh, good.
Yes.
Awesome.
Welcome.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I'm a little bit nervous because it's my second language, English. So yes, but it's cool to be here today. And yeah, my story, oh man, it started when I was 2 years old. I got diagnosed with eczema, or also called atopic dermatitis. And it's that rash, that red, dry, very itchy rash. And you can imagine when you have like a mosquito bite, it's not just one, but it's like 100 next to each other. And the only thing you can think of is just how can you relieve that itchiness? So you scratch, of course, and it's getting more bloody and it's just getting worse. And yeah, as a child, we went to a lot of clinics and to a lot of doctors, and they gave me creams and lotions and more creams and more lotions. And they tried to like treat my symptoms, but never the cause. There was like, and I had to use a lot of cortisone too. I mean, it worked for like 1 week. It was great. But then after 1 week, we stopped using it and my rash came back, but even worse. There was also one time I was like 25 working as a physical therapist back in Switzerland. And my hands, I had a flare up on my hands. And because, physical therapist, it's my tool. So I had to put some cortisone on my hands. And 1 year later, we went to Thailand. And it was the first day, and I was like, oh, I'm ready for the beach, sunbathing. Yeah, that's my thing. And I didn't use any sunscreen or anything. It was 4 p.m. already. And the next day I woke up and I didn't have a sunburn, but my hands were on fire. So the cortisone cream made my skin so thin that it just burned away. So it was pretty aggressive. Yeah, and then back when I was a child, we went to one clinic and they did a lot of tests. And yeah, they diagnosed me with atopic dermatitis, but also like food intolerance and bad gut imbalance. And the other thing was lack of micronutrients. So they sent me home with a diet plan, and my parents, they really stick to it. So I was not allowed to have dairy, no eggs, no meat, no sugar, no processed food, of course. And it worked. I mean, I was living on vegetables and fruit and some grains. I was not allowed to eat every grain, but yes, it worked. My skin looked so much better, and it improved fast too. But as a teenager, you don't listen to your parents a lot. And you have like your hormones are kind of out of balance too. So you eat junk food, and I created some like inner stress too, like emotional stress, especially when I had exams or I had situations I couldn't deal with. So I got like all those flare-ups all the time. And as soon as the rash comes out, you start scratching, of course. and then it's getting worse, and people start looking at you and they think you're contagious, or you look ugly or nasty, and those feelings, they won't leave you anymore. So yeah, so I always try to like stay healthy and live a good lifestyle. Yeah, that was one thing. And the other thing is I have 2 little kids and they keep me busy. And when my second one was born, I was very exhausted already before. And I was tired all day, and I was moody. I was easily like, I forgot the word. Okay. But I was just not myself, and I didn't want to be like that. I wanted to be a good mom, and I wanted to be there for my kids every day and be as active as possible. And I was just not there. And so my friend Christina told me about Lifeplus supplements. And I thought, I mean, I can try it and see what's going to happen. I mean, what can happen, So I was trying it the first month, and after 2 to 3 weeks, I felt like a change. I felt so much better. I thought, okay, I will just continue taking them. And I continued for 3 months. And after 3 months, because they worked so well, I thought, okay, I don't have to be like so consistent. It was a big mistake. And I've learned from my mistake. It was like, I took it for, 1 day, and then I had like a 1 week break. And it got even worse, like 1 day and then 1 month break. So, yep, I've learned from that mistake. And then last winter, I had a bad flare-up again on my back and my arms. And I knew, okay, I have to change. I have to make a decision. And that's what I did. I knew from my papers before, okay, gut imbalance. So I have to do something for my gut and the lack of micronutrients. So what I did, I took my supplements every day. I added a few products. I did like a colon cleanse with the products and a metabolic reset with the products. And man, it was like such an impact. Like my skin improved after a few weeks. It was like all gone. My energy, sometimes I don't know what to do with my energy anymore. And my health, yeah, every day I just get better and better and better. And it feels so good, and it makes me so happy, and it makes me, because I can be the mom like I wanted to be the whole time, because I knew that, myself, they can work better, and now they can. And then one more thing was last year when I had that flare up, my husband asked me the question, Isa, what will you do in 5 years? Where do you see yourself? He loves to ask that question, by the way. I was like, oh my goodness, he put so much pressure on me, and it created so much stress again. I was like, oh, I don't know. They didn't accept my degree. Do I want to go back to work? I'm used to like that home life now, and I don't know if I can do that. So I draw a graph for me. I was like, I don't know if you can see it, but I was like right there. It's like I was like at a stationary level. There was like no growth or anything. I was just like, I was not fulfilled anymore. And I just wanted to change. And I want, everybody has potential, and I didn't know what to do with it. And I was looking for something. And then I knew, my goodness, Lifeplus has an opportunity for me. Why don't I just, take it? So what happened? I'm growing now every single day. It's like a constant growing, and not just my health is improving every day, but my personal growth. And I'm so thankful and happy, and I think I just feel lucky. Yep.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much, Isabelle.
I hope you could understand me.
Let me tell you something. You speak better English than a lot of Americans. All right, that's just the truth. So, very happy for you about your health, but taking that a step farther, that whole, I mean, your heart just came right out. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Thank you so much for sharing that so openly. Everybody, I can guarantee everybody here appreciates it. And anyone who watches this recording, if I provide the recording, will appreciate it. Right? So thank you. Thank you. All right. So now we're going to go to Amy Wenderoth. So Amy grew up in Westminster, Maryland. She lives in Baltimore City. She has 2 children, a daughter who is 33 and a son who is 31. She has 5 amazing grandchildren. Amy played volleyball at Messiah College before moving over to Towson University, where she graduated with an education in elementary education, I believe. And then she began her career as a teacher and coached high school volleyball for 13 years. And then for the past 22 years, she has been a senior buyer for Barton Cotton. And that is a company that does fundraising on behalf of nonprofits such as the Shriners Hospital or Habitat for Humanity or Guiding Eyes for the Blind, to give 3 examples. And she has been, as of November, she will have been a happy Lifeplus fan for 19 years. That's awesome. Awesome. Amy, take it away, my friend.
Hello, everyone. I don't know if you can see me or not. I had to switch to my phone. But anyway, yeah, so as Todd said, I've been a Lifeplus lover of products for 19 years. And actually, who introduced me to Lifeplus, many of you know, and that would be Mr. Paul Doc Welver. We actually went to school together. I've known Paul a long time, since 5th grade, and we graduated at Westminster together. And he actually contacted me and asked me if I wanted to try this super vitamin, this product that Lifeplus had that had all the goodies in it. And as Todd mentioned, I mean, I play volleyball. I've always been pretty conscious about trying to take care of myself and eat right and so on and so forth. So sure, yeah, let me take a look. So I took a look at it, and quite honestly, and we all know this that have experience with Daily Biobasics, it's just packed full of goodies, fruits, veggies, your minimum daily requirement, 13 grams of fiber. I mean, there's just probiotics, there's everything in it. And you just can't go and buy anything like that for the money off a shelf, and you're not going to get the good freshness anyway. So yeah, I'm going to try this. So I started taking it. I got a little vanilla thick shake to kind of sweeten it up a little bit and get it down. But at any rate, it was a little nastier in the beginning. But at any rate, good stuff. And the really neat thing about this is probably about 3 months in, I saw a different impact. So, the good news is you're getting your daily goodies, and that's all good, taking care of yourself. But I had all kinds of issues with my belly. I had ulcers in the past. I had my gallbladder removed. I had acid reflux. All kinds of goings on with the tummy. And about 3 months into taking Daily Biobasics, I noticed that the whole GERD thing was just, it seemed to be dissipating. Rarely had issues with it. So I was like, oh my goodness. And I guess when you think about it, again, getting the nutrients in your body, getting all that fiber for cleansing. I mean, you're feeding food to your body as medicine, right? So really, really good sidebar, wonderful thing for me there. So there's that. And then there's a couple other things that happened to me as life went on and helped me to introduce me to more great products. The second thing that happened was probably about 5 years ago or so. Never had any issues with allergies, no struggles with it, but I started to have tearing of the eyes, and I even like almost weeping on a daily basis. And, I don't really know what the trigger point was. I'm an animal lover. I have kitties. I'm exposed to some paper dust and chemicals at work. So I really don't know the root cause of where it came from, but I already knew about Parenthenols 100. I knew Todd's story about allergies. My mom, God rest her soul, loved Parenthenols 100 for her arthritis, any kind of inflammation right inside. So definitely got that product, started taking it, that and MSM Plus. And, quite honestly, it just does the trick. I mean, there may be days where the tearing may be more significant than other days. And then that's the cool thing about these natural products, right? Just take more, right? So maybe instead of 2 and 3, it's 3 and 5 and 6, but it knocks it right out of you. And honestly, for me, Parenthenols 100 is like magic. I mean, for inflammation, it's just amazing. So there was that. And then, and of course, so now I'm taking all these things daily and loving them. And probably about a year ago, I don't get sick very often. No flu shots for me. I'm a little anti-meds unless, you know, you've got some significant issue you have to deal with. But frankly, I try and stay away from them. And so I woke up one morning very dizzier than I normally am, dizzy and then just nauseous. And I have heart disease on both sides of my family. My mom, my dad, I'll start with him first. My dad died at 60 of a massive coronary, and that was after he had a triple bypass, an artificial valve, recovered from that, and then dropped dead of a massive coronary. And he smoked all his life. My mom, just God bless her, she just never took care of herself. There was diabetes. She was overweight. There was blood pressure. There was the heart. She started having heart attacks at 57. And so knowing that, I know that in women, sometimes nausea and dizziness could be a symptom of a heart issue. So I went to my PCP, who I rarely to go to, honestly, and he ordered blood work, you know, looked at it. All my blood work was essentially good, except the cholesterol a little high. Of course, you know, the typical, should we put you on some cholesterol? No, thank you for the cholesterol meds. I'll try and take care of myself. Thank you. But anyway, said no to that. But he referred me to a cardiologist and a gastro blah, 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 blah. I forget what the guy's called. At any rate, I did the stress test. I did all the cardiologist stuff. I had an endoscopy. They found nothing in the endoscopy except maybe a little redness. The cardiologist, you know, other than her shaking her finger at me again about cholesterol meds, again, thank you very much. But no, I just, you know, that basically went away, number one, the dizzy, nausea. But I also called my friends. I reached out to my community at Lifeplus and said, hey, and I started taking XL with beetroot and digestive formula. And honest to Pete, that digestive formula, awesome. I mean, Dr. McKee has developed, you have issues with your tummy, you need to get digestive formula. I'm not kidding you. It's awesome product, very good. I take it every day. If I have a big meal, I take more than dosage, the couple a day, and XL with beetroot. And I just feel that I am doing what I need to do to keep the blood flow, the circulation going. And so I guess just in conclusion, Todd, I would just say that, I mean, I'm a strong believer in, you know, let food be the medicine, medicine be the food, right? You know, and we have a company where there's so much integrity, there's so much purity and efforts to have, you know, all the good things, freshness. They're impactful, obviously. You know, you hear our stories and they're the truth. It's what brought us in. And then the community itself is it's just an amazing group of people because we've all been there and know what it can do for us. And then you want to share it. So that's my story. And I thank you for your time.
Oh, thank you so much, Amy. You shared a lot of stuff I've never heard you talk about before. It was fantastic. And kudos for you, because the very first Biobasics, you know, I was part of the small group in a boardroom in Dallas that came up with the idea for Biobasics in late August of 1999. And that first batch, everybody referred to it as sticks and grass, right? Except grass tasted a lot better than.
Well, amen to that.
But you know, that just to give you an understanding, because that product, you know, to just kind of take that as a theme for a second, because it's just something I don't talk about very often. But you know, we have so many great products, and we, you know, we do a call like this, and it's a little bit to get a feel about our opportunity. And what do we end up talking about? Our products, and it happens all the time. And the reason it happens all the time is because our products are why this is such an incredibly sustainable business. And I'll tell you, I'll give you this, and then I'll give you the other story before I wrap it up a little bit. But after I had been involved for a little over 6 years, I was blessed to have built a pretty big business. And I did not work the business for 6 years. 6 years, and made a substantial income every year for 6 years. Now think about that. It wasn't like I was eating bonbons and watching TV all day. I was investing in my family and the things I care about, which is why you do something like this, right? If you're going to do it full time, you do it so that you can live the life you want to live. And some people want to be the king of the mountain. I don't really care about that. I care about taking care of my family, living the best life possible. But the point I'm making is it's only possible. You never hear that kind of story from any other home business company. Never, 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 because nobody has these products. These products are why this works. But back to the biobasics, Amy, you spurred this in me. So now you have to deal with the consequence. So when we came out with biobasics, and I'm not a super salesperson. I treat people with kindness, honesty, and respect, and share that we have something that can help them and let them learn about it. That's how we operate. And I thought, I believe this product is one of the most important products that you could ever have. And it is not even arguably, it is the single best nutritional supplement value in the world. There's nothing like it. You can look high and low. You can compare it to anything. You cannot find a better value, something this complete at this price. And that's because we are the manufacturer and we do referral marketing. The product goes direct to the consumer. There is no other layers. It's just a superior product. And so in a 60-day window, all I did was, for an hour a day, hour and a half a day, I talked to people. I said, here's this product we've came out with. It gives you this: your fruits and vegetables, your vitamins, minerals, your fiber, probiotics, antioxidants, and special greens, all in one thing. Would you be interested in trying it? That's all I did. And 45 people tried that product over 60 days just from doing that. And many of those people are still on the product today, including Doc Welliver, right, who ends up being part of why this organization is the way it is, because he's such an integral part of helping so many people and spreading the word about that product. But, I came to this business as a result of the product result for someone. That's how I learned about it. I fell in love with the business. I didn't come into it because of the product. I knew the product had to be good, because there's no way a company would operate without asking for a sign-up fee or renewal fee or a starter kit or making stock products unless they believe they made something great, A, and B, they couldn't succeed unless they actually did. And so I didn't need any details about I ended up getting them, right? And I use more products than most people have ever seen, but because of how good they are. And I'm clearly a product. I can tell my product story takes an hour. That's how much of a product of the product I am. But the point is that I got involved in the business because it was the most ethical thing I'd ever seen. It is completely based on serving someone else as the means to help yourself. That's not lip service. That's the business model. And that is modeled by the home office creating an opportunity where they pour their resources into products and allow you to market them as their partner, where we don't have any risk and they keep it all. I'm sorry, it's just nothing else that fair. And now it may not be right for you, and that's okay, right? I mean, that's freedom of choice, and that's how we operate. But just an incredible, incredible company.